Hi there to all of you viewers of Equinox Television, 6 p.m. in Goya. It is time for the news. We thank you so much for joining us tonight. And let's just start right away. Some traders here in Duala are in tears few days to Christmas as over 100 shops have been ravaged by wild flames at the Dakar market. It is in the Duala 3 subdivision. The fire incident started at about 4 a.m. today and has left several traders confused and stranded, as it is a period when business people make brisk business. And Equinox Television and Radio continues in the business of putting smiles on the faces of the vulnerable population, especially orphans. Our caravan began visiting several orphanages across Cameroon today, giving the kids not only physical warmth but also love and joy during this period of Christmas. Viewers, those are our big stories. Let's come back for details and more. Welcome back, viewers. Thank you so much for the confidence. We told you a while ago in the headlines that over 100 shops have been ravaged by wild flames at the Dakar market, that is in the Duala 3 subdivision. The fire incident that started at about 4 a.m. today has left several traders in shock, and the business persons who have incurred enormous financial losses say the incident has greatly affected them during this period when they usually make good business. Let's now go to Dakar with Mala Glory.
Traders can be seen trying to put out the flames in order to save few of their goods. The inferno, according to eyewitnesses, started in the early hours of this Friday in the Dakar market, precisely at a place called Chez Madagascar in the Duala 3 subdivision.
Il n'y a pas la lumière. Oui, il n'y a pas la lumière. Donc la lumière, donc je peux m'appeler autour du mois de 4h30 que le marché a pris feu et a été prendre feu. Bon, comme je ne suis pas trop loin du marché, je me suis précipité, je suis vite d'arriver. Quand il est arrivé, le marché avait attaqué, le feu a attaqué les caisses, quoi.
Over 100 shops dealing in babies and sewing equipment were consumed by the wild flames. Traders who are still in shock says it's a great loss for them, given that it's a peak period.
La vie de toute une famille, de toutes les familles de Rayon Mercerie est tombée en ruine.
The victims attribute this fire incident to a frequent power outage in the neighborhood.
Parce que dans la nuit, on a coupé la lumière. Et quand la lumière revenait, donc, c'est venu avec une tension très élevée. Et c'est ça qui a causé donc un coup-circuit dans l'une des boutiques.
While some shops were burned to ashes, no human life was lost. Meantime, the origin of the fire is still very unclear, as investigations have been opened.
Sad indeed. Now we take you to the northern part of Cameroon, where a 6-year-old girl, whose name we called as Hepsatu Bakari, has been set free from the hands of her kidnappers in Garua. The girl, who was kidnapped in Duala by someone considered as a member of the family, was taken away while on her way back from school, with the sum of 5 million francs CFA demanded as ransom from the girl's family. Let's now have the details with Immaculate Fogwe.
6-year-old Hepsata Bakari finally united with her family after staying in captivity for 6 days. The people of Groupe Scolaire Bileng Toko in Doxib in the Duala 3 subdivision got kidnapped while on her way back home from school.
Je suis le grand frère, père de la fille.
I am Hepsata's uncle. On Monday, December 9th at about 2:30 p.m., Hepsata was called up by someone I consider as his son. He often comes to my house and help around with house chores. One of the reasons why she followed him is because she often sees him at home. We were able to get this information thanks to surveillance cameras found on campus. After waiting in vain for my niece to return home, I alerted the National Gendarmerie.
On a contacté le commandant de brigade.
The little girl was later taken to Banga in the Mungo division, while with an accomplice, both suspects, Issa Jimmy and Mihimit Tome, demanded that the sum of 5 million francs CFA be paid as ransom.
Le lendemain, mercredi, donc, les deux ont décidé.
After having received the complete amount that was demanded, both of them agreed to carry the child along to Garua. Unfortunately, Mihimit Tome had to make a stopover in Duala to extend the expiry date of his national identity card. With the aid of our surveillance cameras, we were able to arrest him at the Congo market.
Ici à Duala, en date du jeudi.
Mimi's arrest enabled the security elements to easily trace the whereabouts of Issa, the perpetrator, who was already in Gara with a teenager and housed by 27-year-old Habiba.
Les investigations poursuivies nous ont fait.
After having received the complete amount demanded, Habiba and Issa later took Hipsata to the airport where she was expected to board a flight to Duala. Fortunately, I had already deployed security elements at the airport, so they were able to arrest both of them.
À l'aéroport international de Gare.
Security elements call on the population to be extremely vigilant. Meantime, the three suspects will have to appear before a competent court where they will be charged.
All is well that ends well. Now let's talk something else. Cameroon's political landscape is being rocked by serious controversy linked to the trafficking of national identity cards for electoral fraud allegations. A viral video in the country highlights possible trafficking in national identity cards, reigniting concerns about the integrity of the ongoing electoral process in Cameroon. The opposition accuses Electoral, the police, and the ruling CPDM party of engaging in fraud. For me, Armstrong Sander reports.
The video sequence widely shared on social media shows an individual presented as member of the Cameroon People's Democratic Movement, the ruling CPDM party, in possession of a large quantity of identity cards. A revelation that has triggered a wide range of reactions from Cameroonian political actors, among them Professor Maurice Kamto of the CRM party, who qualifies it as an organized system of electoral fraud. The allegations implicate several key political players in the field, including Ali Bashir, former Vina Member of Parliament and member of the CPDM Party's Central Committee, who is, according to the comments accompanying the video, the alleged organizer of this network. The controversy also extends to institutions, with questions raised about the role of Elections Cameroon Elecam and the National Police in this affair. A situation that re-echoes the event that occurred in Masangam in the Nous division of the West region of Cameroon last April 2024, where registration kits were discovered at the home of a ruling party member. These successive incidents, according to Professor Maurice Kamto, raises concerns about the transparency of the upcoming electoral process. The CRM party president re-echoes the irregularities noted during the 2018 election, including accusations of false polls, the contested presence of international observers, and the alleged manipulation of results. Faced with these antecedents, the opposition is calling for increased vigilance for the 2025 presidential election. To him, the authorities concerned should react. He called on the Delegate General for National Security to clarify the situation concerning the management of identity cards. The Director General of Elections Cameroon Elecam to answer questions about the alleged links between his organization.
Still in politics, the president of the Cameroon Party for National Reconciliation, Honorable Cabral Libi, has said it is time to disconnect Cameroon from its ugly past and present and embrace a transformation. To achieve this, the party has developed an 11-action strategic plan manifesto. It was launched yesterday in the economic capital Duala. Our reporter Babila Jonathan was there.
11 programs, 11 actions, 11 chapters.
An action plan to take Cameroon out of its current situation of poverty, misery, hardship, increasing cost of living, socio-political and security challenges to a better nation. A plan thought and elaborated by the Cameroon Party for National Reconciliation, led by Honorable Cabral Libi, is contained in this book, launched in Duala Thursday.
It is the book of our vision for Cameroon. The Cameroon that protects and unleashes energies. And the transcription and the materialization of this vision is done in this manifesto. Manifesto of rupture, manifesto of project.
Honorable Cabral Libi and his followers want to disconnect Cameroon from what they call evils of the past to pave the way for transformation in all sectors of national life.
The project of rupture with neocolonialism, rupture with fake state. The project of progress is to unleash the energies of the state, to unleash the energies of Cameroonians, to unleash the energies of our potential.
They are urging Cameroonians to put their hands on the plow of change to move the country to its better days ahead.
And now we turn to the headlines. Viewers that Equinox Television continues in the business of putting smiles on the faces and join the hearts of vulnerable population, especially orphans and the homeless. Gifts ranging from foodstuff, financial assistance and toys. Others were handed over to orphans in the various orphanages we visited today in Duala. Heading the delegation, as he has been doing since 20 years ago, was the Chief Executive Officer of Equinox Television and also Radio, Severin Chunke, alongside journalists and other staff of the Equinox Group. The same event is happening in Yaoundé and will continue to other parts of the country that will be before Christmas period or before the 25th of December. Equinox is still on the field as we speak, putting smiles on the faces of orphans. And as at now, our reporters who are on the field tell us that they are visiting other orphanages in Bunaberry in the Duala for subdivision. Sure, we will be coming back with details to tell you what our team of Equinox has been doing to put smiles on the faces of orphans and other vulnerable population, that is during this Christmas period. Merry Christmas to all of them in advance. Now let's talk sports. Victoria United is expecting to maintain the undefeated run since the start of the Elite One Championship when they lost, when they host newcomers Pantheon Day at the Centenary Stadium in the 4 matches of the Elite One Championship on Sunday. And elsewhere, the Auxiliary Lions have left Cameroon for Cote d'Ivoire, where they will confront the Central African Republic in the first leg match of the African Nations Championship (CHAN). A roundup of the weekend sports package with Magic and Gabriel.
7 matches counting for the 4th day of play have been programmed across stages of the national territory this Sunday. Union Sportive of Duala, currently second on the league's table, will be hosting Gazelle FC from Garwa in the second game at the Mbapelepe Stadium. In the first encounter at the same stadium, Dinamo of Duala will cuddle Bambutos of Mbuda. The Melong Municipal Stadium will play host to Stade Renard versus Coton Sports encounter. Defending Elite One champions and current league leaders, Victoria United will be at home to welcome newly promoted side Panther of Ndé as they continue to maintain their winning streak since the start of the championship. The final match of Day 4 plays on Monday at the Annex number 1 of Olembe in Yaoundé. RS Fortuna of Mfu welcomes Les Astres of Duala. Victoria United and Union Sportive of Duala count 7 points each at the top of the table, while Young Sports Academy is first from the bottom with a single point. The Women's First Division Championship will also be in Day 4 this weekend. A total of 6 matches have been programmed across stages of the national territory, with the top match being the Eclair Women's Football Club game against Cyclone FC. The Auxiliary Lions have left Cameroon en route for Cote d'Ivoire to continue preparing for the first leg game of the African Nations Championship, CHAN. Before leaving Yaoundé for Cote d'Ivoire, the boys of Coach Simplice So defeated the reserve team of IS Fortuna 1-0 in one of their preparatory games. The A-Prime Lions will tackle the Central African Republic this Sunday. The 2025 African Nations Championship will be played next year in Tanzania, Kenya and Uganda. And to be sure about their preparedness, the president of the Confederation of African Football, Dr. Patrice Motsepe, is on an inspection tour to the 3 host nations.
Thanks, Matt. That sports report brings us to the end of the first part of the news. Let's now move on to talking points. Welcome back, viewers. Our guest tonight is Njangani Staber. He is the president of the Popular Action Party. Thank you, Njangani, for accepting to be our guest tonight on Talking Point. Now we got information that there is a purported faction of the Popular Action Party allegedly legalized by Minister Paul Atanganji. You are the current president of the PAP. Are you aware that there is a faction of your party, and what's your reaction of that if your answer is yes?
To all viewers of Equinox, good evening to all members of the Popular Action Party, good evening to all Cameroonians of good faith that genuinely want to change, and what more good evening to you, Madam Anabiela. You are the one telling me because I myself, I am surprised by the recent outing of a supposed individual, I can call him an imposter, self-proclaiming himself as a chairman of the People's Action Party, that recently held a supposed meeting in Kumba, endorsing the candidacy of President Paul Biya of the CPDM party as 2025 presidential candidate. I want to say that we of the Popular Action Party, we totally disassociate ourselves with such individuals or some individuals who are parading themselves to speak on the name of the PAP, the Popular Action Party. It is true that they say they are members of the People's Action Party, but I want to make it very categorically clear that the People's Action Party was metamorphosed in 2016 following all the administrative and legal procedure stipulated by the law for the change of the name to a Popular Action Party. So, in that light, there is no faction as far as the People's Action nor the Popular Action Party is concerned. Those individuals, like you said, maybe, as I said, or like you said, legalized by the Ministry of Electoral Administration, from every indication could be a faction fabricated by the CPDM regime to destabilize a genuine political party like the PAP and others who have been working so hard to make sure that the expected change that Cameroonians desire should finally be put in place. So I want to say that there is no faction as far as the Popular Action Party is concerned, nor the PAP, because those so-called supposed self-proclaimed members, none of them, we are not aware, we don't know them. The PAP has been very functional since 2016, so we don't know those individuals. As you said, it could be faction from the CPDM, which the CPDM has put in place to divert the attention and ambitions of the PAP, which is the Popular Action Party, which I have been the chairman since 2019. Voted in a National Council Convention held here on July 2019 after the resignation of Justice Aya Paul Abine. Thank you.
Now, Mr. Njangani, we might want to find out from you, we would like to know, are there any crises within the PAP, the Popular Action Party, that you think might have led to this fragmentation, if we should call it that way?
Yes, like I said, there is no faction within the rank of the Popular Action Party nor the People's Action Party. And as a matter of fact, those individuals, the only thing I am intervening, because when you look at, when I watch some of the videos and images from a supposed press conference that was organized by some CPDM militants under the banner of People's Action Party. Why I am intervening? Because they make reference to Justice Ayapo, who was once their presidential candidate. I want to make it very clear that Justice Ayapo, the People's Action Party, that Justice Ayapo was a presidential candidate in 2011, and who also he doubles as the chairman of the party, is the today called the Popular Action Party, which if you look at their logos, the colors, it reflects the B, which is that of the People's Action Party, that has been metamorphosed to the Popular Action Party, with all the administrative and legal procedures stipulated by the law, which all I am in possession of all of those documents. So if any other purported fragment, it should be a fragmented party or a fragmented section from the CPDM to create their own People's Action Party, but not within the rank of the People's Action Party that Justice Ayapo was the former chairman, which I was officially, legally, and legitimately voted by the party after the resignation of Justice Ayapo Abine. So I think we are very, very, very much aware of the manipulations, very, very aware of the tactics that the regime is trying to put in place to destabilize the PAP. I think if they were that serious as you claim that they are the members of People's Action Party, you will not see them coming at the eve of an electoral period, which we are already close to 2025, claiming that they are a faction. They are not a faction because we don't know them. I can't identify any of them because they have never been members of neither the People's Action Party or the Popular Action Party as far as I am concerned since I took over. So I don't consider them any faction. It's just a fabricated group of individuals who are there to divert public attention from the real objective of what we, the PAP, stands for. And we all know, we recently held our convention in Boya on the 22nd of June 2024, where we came up with recommendations which was highly mediatized. So in one of the recommendations, we officially endorsed for an Anglophone candidate, and on the 22nd of this September, we officially endorsed with together with other political parties, we endorsed the candidacy of Barrister Batoni Akere Muna. So I think it is known everywhere. Our activities are known everywhere. Thank you.
Njang Dennis Tabe, some opinions have it that this can also be some maneuvers or tactics by the Minister for Territorial Administration, Minister Paula Tanganji, to fragilize the PAP, the political party, just like he did with the STF. Do you share similar views?
Yes, it is clear. It is clear. The handwriting is on the wall, very clear on the wall. It could be the tactics of the present Minister of Territorial Administration, which I don't think I want to accuse him directly, but if you can, from every indication shows that there is a game somewhere, and the Minister of Territorial Administration could probably be a party too, because we can't be functioning under a lawless country. We are the Popular Action Party, have been very active in the terrain. We have been holding meetings. We have been holding our conventions. We have never had meetings that we don't declare them at the level of the administrative authority. And we have been very actively working with the Electoral officials. I can bet you that the Popular Action Party, as far as statistics are concerned, with the Electoral branch in FACO, you can go there and verify for yourself. We have been very active in ensuring and taking part in voter registration sensitization, the Popular Action Party. So I think our activities are not hidden. If we were not really working hard and we have all what it took as a localized political party, I don't think administrative authorities who and the Electoral itself will be working together with the and law. So if a party is coming up and still using the same name that it's a name that everybody, all the administrative authorities, including MINA, because they have a notification of the change of name, and they are coming up with same part and still associating themselves with Justice Ayapo, which we know the part of Justice Ayapo and Justice Ayapo's position, then it is, to me, I want to believe that there could be a manipulation somewhere or a fabrication somewhere that the regime is trying to put in place, because you can realize that at the eve of election in 2025, that is the only activity that we have heard about a supposed PAP. The recommendation is endorsing the candidacy of a 92 or 93-year-old Paul Biya of the CPDM. So I want to categorically agree with you that there could be, or agree with the public opinion that holds that there is a manipulation somewhere.
Thank you so much, Jang Dennis, for accepting to talk to us on Equinox Television tonight. Just to remind our viewers that you're the president of the Popular Action Party, a party which was founded by Justice Ayapol Abine. Thank you again for being with us tonight. And viewers, we thank you so much for always being there. Our programs continue. Equinox will be coming up in about 35 minutes or so with Search Alangutu, and the news in the French language comes up at 8 p.m. Enjoy the rest of your weekend in the company of interesting programs on Equinox Television. Bye-bye for now.